Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they keep making small deals with themselves. One deal becomes a habit becomes a life. You tell yourself you're being reasonable, you're being balanced. But if you're honest, you're mostly avoiding the one thing that would change everything, doing the work even when you don't feel like it. Here's an uncomfortable thought. Discipline is not hard because it's painful. Discipline is hard because it's simple. It leaves you with no story to hide behind, and that's why so many people reject it quietly. They don't say, "I refuse discipline." They say, "I'm tired. I'm busy. I'm figuring it out." And the more they say it, the more it starts to sound like a personality instead of a choice. In this video, I'm going to show you why discipline feels like a tax on your soul, and why it's actually the price of freedom. I'm also going to explore why some people become consistent while others stay stuck for years, even when they want the same results. By the end, you won't just feel called out. You'll know exactly what to do next. But first, we need to talk about the lie that makes discipline feel optional. If you stay until the end, you'll understand why your lack of discipline is usually not a lack at all. It's a system you've been running without noticing. And once you see that system, you can change it. One of the most common lies people live by sounds harmless on the surface. "I'll do it when I feel ready." It sounds thoughtful, even mature. But underneath, it means something very different. It means your mood is in charge. And if your mood is in charge, comfort will always win, because comfort is always available. Comfort doesn't need perfect timing. It doesn't need energy. It doesn't need courage. It's one tap away, one snack away, one scroll away. That's why discipline can't depend on feelings. Feelings change by the hour. Your life can't. This is where weak people pay a hidden price. Not because they are bad people. Weak simply means untrained. An untrained mind keeps reopening decisions. Should I work today? Should I train? Should I save money or buy this? Every time you reopen the question, you spend mental energy, and by midday, you feel drained, even if you've done nothing. Strong people aren't superhuman. They don't rely on endless motivation. They close decisions early. They decide once, then they follow the plan. That's the entire difference. Discipline isn't willpower. Discipline is fewer negotiations. And when you really sit with that idea, a deeper question appears. If it's that simple, why doesn't everyone do it? Because closing decisions means losing something most people secretly enjoy: the ability to excuse themselves. Closing decisions also removes the warm comfort of maybe. Maybe later. Maybe next week. Maybe when things slow down. That feeling is soothing. Discipline takes it away. It forces you to choose. And that's why discipline feels heavy. Not because it hurts, but because it ends the fantasy without ending the desire. Every time you skip something you promised yourself you would do, your brain absorbs a lesson. Quietly. Not dramatically. It learns that your word is optional, and over time, that lesson reshapes how you see yourself. You begin to identify as someone who struggles with consistency, someone who starts but doesn't finish. And without realizing it, you start protecting that identity, because admitting you could be consistent also means admitting that you chose not to be. This is why discipline feels personal. It's not just a habit, it's a mirror. It reflects what you truly prioritize. Not what you post, not what you say, but what you do when it's boring, when it's uncomfortable, and when no one is watching. Try this mental experiment. Imagine a camera followed you for one full week. What would it prove you care about? Not what you want, not what you intend, but what you actually feed with your time. Because time is your real currency. Money is just one version of it. Most people think discipline is about pushing harder. It's not. It's about stopping the leak. You don't need more motivation. You need fewer exits. Discipline begins the moment you stop asking your feelings for permission. You act first. The feeling comes later. There's a reason your brain loves the easy option. Easy delivers fast reward. Scrolling gives fast reward. Sugar gives fast reward. Even planning can give fast reward because it feels like progress without risk. Discipline is slower. It's delayed reward. It compounds. And a mind that hasn't trained patience will label delayed reward as not worth it. That voice isn't logic. It's dopamine. If you want discipline, don't start by trying to become stronger. Start by becoming clearer. Weakness thrives on vague goals. I'll be more disciplined isn't a plan, it's a wish. A real plan sounds almost boring. Every day at 7:30 I write for 20 minutes. Every weekday I walk after lunch. Every Sunday I review my spending for 15 minutes. Simple, specific, repeatable. That's why it works. Most people fail because they build plans that require a heroic mood, a perfect morning, a perfect playlist, a sudden surge of inspiration. But discipline is built on average days. Normal days, days where nothing feels special. If you only perform when you feel inspired, you're not disciplined, you're dependent. And dependence collapses the moment conditions change. What you're really training isn't the task itself, it's your relationship with discomfort. You're teaching your brain that you can stay, that you don't need to escape the moment boredom shows up. Staying with boredom long enough for results to appear is the price weak people refuse to pay. Think about two people chasing the same goal. One goes all in for 3 days, then disappears for 2 weeks. The other shows up for 20 minutes, 5 days a week for months. One feels intense, the other feels boring. Only one of them becomes a different person. Discipline is the boring path that actually transforms you. Discipline isn't only about what you do, it's about what your actions mean to you. When you skip, your brain doesn't just record a missed task, it records a message. I can't trust myself. And that message accumulates. That's why you can be talented and still feel insecure. Confidence isn't a vibe, it's evidence. It's the quiet memory of you keeping promises to yourself. If you want more self-respect, you don't need a new mindset quote. You need a new record, a record of small wins you actually earned. Many people get stuck here. They chase big change because big change feels like a clean reset. But big change is rare, small change is daily, and daily is where discipline lives. So ask yourself this: what is the smallest daily action that would make you proud of yourself? Not impressed, proud. Something so small that excuses sound ridiculous. Maybe it's 10 minutes on your project before touching your phone. Maybe it's saving money the moment you get paid. Maybe it's going to bed on time a few nights a week. These actions look tiny, but they change your identity. Tiny actions work because the brain trusts patterns, not promises. That's why small consistency reshapes who you are faster than big bursts of effort. Over time, those patterns compound. 1 hour a day doesn't feel like much, but in a year, it becomes a skill. A habit becomes income. Consistency becomes calm. Most people don't lack potential. They leak their hours. At some point, discipline stops being a productivity topic and becomes a life decision. Every day you pay one of two prices: the price of discipline now or the price of regret later. One is paid up front, the other is paid with interest. Discipline costs effort, boredom, and discomfort today. Regret costs something heavier, the feeling that you betrayed your own potential. And that weight isn't about results, it's about self-respect. This is why discipline creates freedom. Freedom isn't doing whatever you want in the moment. That's impulse. Real freedom is choosing your future on purpose. It's being able to say, I don't have to be controlled by my appetite, my mood, my fear, or my distractions. You don't become disciplined by becoming harsh. You become disciplined by becoming honest. Honest about what currently shapes your days. Honest about what you keep running from. Honest about what you keep consuming to avoid feeling. Ask yourself this honestly: What do you reach for the moment discomfort shows up? Your phone, food, noise, another plan. If that's the pattern, you're not lacking discipline. You're practicing escape. The way out is simple. When discomfort appears, stay for 60 seconds longer than you normally would. That's training. That's strength. Picture it like this. You are either driving your day or riding as a passenger. Discipline is taking the wheel. Escape is sitting in the back and letting impulses steer, and impulses don't care about your future. They only care about relief. So what do you do now? Without turning this into another motivational video you forget tomorrow. First, choose one identity you want to build, not 10. 1. I am someone who follows through. Or even simpler, I'm someone who starts before I feel ready. Second, choose one daily rule that proves that identity. Make it small, measurable, almost impossible to argue with. Third, remove one trigger that pulls you into comfort. Put your phone in another room during the first hour. Unsubscribe from whatever drains your focus. Change the environment so discipline becomes easier than escape. Fourth, track it for 7 days. Not forever. 7 days. The goal isn't perfection, it's evidence. At the end of the week, you'll feel something rare. Self-trust. One more thing, stop turning discipline into a moral drama. You're not good on days you do the work and bad on days you don't. You're either building trust or breaking it. Treat it like a contract. If you break it, you restart it quickly. And now the earlier question answers itself. Why doesn't everyone do this if it's simple? Because discipline makes you responsible. It removes timing and mood as excuses. It forces you to face the fact that your life is shaped by choices, not wishes. Here's the final truth. Discipline is the price the weak refuse to pay because weakness wants comfort now. Strength pays the price because it wants freedom later. You don't become strong overnight. You become strong by paying in small coins. One choice, one day. The weak wait for proof before effort. The strong move first, and the proof follows. So tonight, ask yourself one simple question. What would the disciplined version of me do next? And will I do it even if nobody ever sees it?